This is Brownie's Podcast!
Yeah. Hello, podcasters. Now, straight up the top, dog. We got a song we want to fire up.
I'm a big believer that Group 1 racing is such a great sport. And when you are in the presence of great horses, when they win and they come back into the mounting yard victorious,
Yes.
they should have a song that they choose.
Like after a goal.
Correct. And I've found Snap Dancer's song. You haven't heard this before yet, JB, but ready?
Woke up with your name on my lips. I woke up with your lips on my imagination.
What a song.
Jeez, he's up and about the
Your
boy.
name on my lips. All alone in this infatuation.
Still flying from last night.
Ready? Snappy when you're touching my soul in the candlelight. Oh, snappy. That's got to be it, mate. That has to be it.
Well, that has just made my Monday. I was a little bit flat. I was a little bit hitting the brick wall after Saturday night's festivities celebrating the great Snap Dancer. What an event. that
Okay,
was.
John, you went to the races all dressed up like a proper horse tycoon. You had two horses racing.
Yeah.
Me with the multi because you gave me poor instructions. But tell us what happened as Snappy was winning.
Well, I went to the mounting yard and I had the great fortune of standing beside Kieran Maher to watch Snappy. And 30 seconds before the barriers opened, he leant over to me and he said, "Oh, I like when our horses shorten just before the race." Because she came in from $10 into $6.50.
Big move.
So that was code for we've all had the house on us, so you better make sure you have a couple of bucks. And a few onlookers sort of heard that comment as well. All of a sudden you see about 5 people reach for their phones just to hit Snap Dancer late.
Jonathan, when he whispered that, did you get an erection?
There was movement. There was movement south of the border, it's fair to say.
Right.
So then it started. Now, bearing in mind the last time I was involved in an important horse race, bit of a lad, my jumper, who's been a great jumper. This is how the race started.
They're off and racing in the Scotty Stewart Brolly, and bit of a lad missed it by 7.
The far lap of the bush was slow
It
out.
was a bit slow out. So it's fair to say I was a bit nervous, Brown Dog, when it come to the barrier speed. But fortunately enough for us all, this is what happened to Snap.
Ready for the Memsy, set to go, and away they go. And beginning well was Alligator Blood, but Snap Dancer fired out.
Boom! When a horse misses it by 7 in history,
Race over.
has the horse ever come back from 7?
Chautauqua.
Right.
Chautauqua once.
And I
Once
reckon
or
there was
twice.
a horse
Won the
in
Golden
Hong
Slipper.
Kong.
No, Baldrigeur won the Golden Slipper, got stood in the barriers, missed it by about 5, famously.
Yes.
Another one in Hong Kong as
Hard,
well.
very hard to do, though, as you can imagine.
But then all of a sudden, when you land a length in front, you got to lead the whole way in a quality field of Memsy Stakes. So then a bit nervous, but was eased a bit when Kieran whacked me on the shoulder at the 600 and said, "Oh, she's travelling," which is good enough for me. When Australia's greatest trainer says she's travelling, all of a sudden we had a chance. Then she slungshot around the bend, about 200 to go. There was some stuff coming after her, but what a way.
200 metres to go, 2.5 lengths in front of Western Empire. Call sign man,
on.
I'm Thunderstruck and
Come on.
Dragon Leap.
Get up.
Snap Dancer, 100 metres
Come
to
on.
go, still
Hold
clear.
on.
I'm Thunderstruck, wearing it down.
Come on,
Snap
Snappy.
Dancer needs the line, but won it.
Bang!
Oh, shit, it was good. I did go the early crow, and Kieran told me to settle down at the 200. He'd seen plenty of horses get rolled. But
What's Juddy doing at this point? Is he wigging out?
No, he wasn't there. But
I thought Juddy was there. Why did I think Juddy was there?
No, I don't know. You've been so confused with that fact today.
Oh, Kylie was with Juddy over the weekend.
That's right.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha,
I'd said, mate, I know it's been a tough year investing-wise, but just slice off one of your shit investments and put it all into Snap Dancer, which he did. So he was up and about when I saw him Saturday night. But
Celebrations, hit us. What did you do?
it was a bit Glen Waverley Football Club style.
Yes.
the trophy room afterwards.
So
I
Dipper,
said to Kieran, put it away.
Dipper had it out.
Yeah, Dipper, put it away. You're doing all sorts of tricks with the trophy. No, I don't know. Dipper, so many people asked me after the race, I didn't realise Dipper was a part owner of Snap Dancer. I go, I didn't need that.
Because Dipper was all over the news celebrating the win of this
Yeah,
horse,
he was.
right?
He
It was on.
was.
I saw it on the Eyewitness News, and then I saw it on the 7
Yeah,
News.
he led the 7
Wait,
news.
you're not joking. Dipper owns some of Snapdance.
No.
Tipper was just there to celebrate anything. He doesn't even mind. He just celebrates.
It was astonishing watching his carry on in the mounting yard.
There's a bit of Ash McGrath getting a three-peat tattoo about Dipper's behaviour on the mounting yard.
Question.
Yeah, Dipper's getting a snap dancer tattoo as we speak.
Do you have to start hiding some of the cash from the ATO when you win, or is it all tax-free?
No,
Next question.
As Brown Dog would know, it's tax-free.
Tax-free?
shit.
Unless you're a professional punter, which none of us are.
That's right.
You are.
How do they constitute a professional punter, though?
We were an amateur punter, mate.
Yeah,
Some of our bets
But the
over
fact that
the
I've
years.
never won probably speaks to the fact that I'm
So,
not
so you
professional.
told me you backed him.
Yeah,
Backed her.
I
You
backed
her.
I put one of them favourite and one for a place, and I got the combination wrong.
Yeah, me too.
You backed in the boat to win and
Yes,
Snappy to place.
And the other opposite happened, right?
No, in the boat didn't finish fifth or something.
What
Well,
was
you
the
flew up.
multi that won worth?
Well, I don't know, because in the boat didn't
place.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
he
gotcha.
did-
So
he
it
didn't
blew up
place.
no matter what.
Yeah,
You did your
yeah,
day.
yeah.
But it was a great day. Group 1s are hard to win, JB. You've won a couple now with Snappy.
Dancer. And
It's
there's
good
talk
stuff.
now that she could run in the Everest, which would be unbelievable. We
Huge.
may have to go up for the Everest.
I think so.
If Snappy's in the Everest, we may have to slot up there, Caulfield Cup weekend.
Give us a sped up version of what happened after the night after your damn horse wins. Where did you go?
Well, you get to go to the winner's room, don't you, Dog?
Yes.
And there was a special presentation.
Snore. Why
Yeah,
happened?
we want wild.
Well, like I told you, Kieran got a little bit Glen Waverley style loose.
yep.
No, he didn't. He was he's very honoured. So I had a beer with Kieran. That was exciting. Then we went to a birthday afterwards.
Snore.
And I know, but when you end up playing tennis at midnight at night and you cannot see the tennis ball,
Yes.
that just shows my level of celebration.
Whose tennis court were you on at midnight?
Just at a friend's, I don't know. Well, I think it was a friend's place. Just some random person's house in Hampton.
Thursday night. We're going to yours, JB, right? I'm going to yours.
Yes, I think we are.
What are we eating?
Well, lobster.
Macca's?
Speaking of lobster.
Yeah,
It was so nice.
I don't think you ate it.
A little bit of garlic butter.
Nice.
Put it on the barbecue.
It was cooked.
Yeah, but you needed to get it hot. It needed to be hot. I eat hot seafood.
No, you
That
don't.
thing would-
I sent you a photo.
Bullshit, you did.
Yeah.
that would have tasted like a rubbery boot.
No, it was
You
so
don't
nice.
need to cook
you've,
a
never,
cook.
you've never heard of twice cooked lobster ever.
I
Ever.
very, very, very nearly sold you that lobster for $30 because that was the offer he made me. I took it to my brother-in-law, who's a chef, because he had to cut it for me and everything because I didn't want to get my hands dirty because I'm privileged. And he said, he looked at it and went, mate, this is the biggest lobster I've seen. I said, what would this be worth? He said, easily $300. So Dino, you dirty rat, you tried to snipe me out of the lobster.
I paid $150 for that orange boy. And I don't believe you ate it. Something's a bit sus about you saying you cooked it when it's already cooked.
Do you,
Did you put it in the bin, man?
No, I ate it. It was good.
The farm animals have really
I
died
didn't
out.
crack. I didn't crack the
Stomach
claws?
the claws
No, they're
because
the best part.
Nah, because there was too much work involved. I didn't want to get
You're
my
not
hands
a real
dirty.
seafood eater.
No.
Hey, I'm concerned about. There's a little bit of detail in there about cooking it up and all that sort of stuff. The ruse is very similar to Dave Hughes'
Yeah.
story, his cover story, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he picked the correct masked singer. Some pussycat doll who's no one's ever heard of.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I said to Dino that I think Brown Dog might have a little bit of Hughesy about him. If he starts to go in this elaborate bullshit
Too much
story,
detail.
and he's gone. The fact that you've heated up a lobster that was already cooked concerns me that you didn't eat that lobster.
You didn't eat the lobster, did you?
Put it in two little silver trays. Yeah, I've got photos of it.
Show me the
I
photos.
sent it to the WhatsApp group.
Show me the photos.
So here you go. With the butter sauce
Okay.
on it, a little bit of.
Okay.
No, he's got to make
do
the
that?
he's got to make the works at Conservatory at Crown. It's an all you can eat with lobsters on the menu. You just got him to send a photo. He's a chef there.
So that was a lovely. I assumed.
Look me in the eyes. Did you us?
No, I ate it. I promise. I ate it. I assumed that was your birthday present.
It
to
was,
me.
brother. Yeah, happy birthday,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, thanks.
Happy
It was-
birthday.
It was great to hear from both of you on my
come
birthday.
on.
Yeah, listen, I
JB
forgot.
reached out, you know, and he couldn't come to the drinks because he'd had a big night the night before, which is fair enough. Play on, Group 1. But you two,
I
I expected a little bit better.
I was drunk most of the weekend. I was
Yeah,
off the phone.
Busy. Yeah, really busy.
Dog, happy birthday. 39, which means next year we're going to Vegas.
40 for 40, baby.
Oh, yes, it is too.
In the strip.
It is too. Vegas Super Bowl as well.
Correct.
To Thursday night, Brizzy Tigers.
Oh, you've been down
Okay.
a blow, JB.
You can come around, Dino. Absolutely, because my son Jackie Brown wants to have a meeting with you as well.
Okay, no worries.
You've guaranteed that he'll be
In my billy.
his your pilot, or he will be the pilot in your billy cart race down the streets of Melbourne. And Dino left out the little fact that you got to be over 18 years old to perform. And I haven't told him that, so you'll be coming around personally delivering the news in that little kid's heart. But anyway, you will see Thursday night, Brisbane-Richmond. I'm a little bit concerned. The fact that we're at the Gabba is great. But Marcus Adams, the big news out today, he's out of it for the rest of the final series. And who knows what the future holds for him, because the concussion symptoms, post-concussion symptoms, have been really serious. They're lingering. So let's hope he doesn't follow the same path as Justin Clark a few years ago. Liam Picken, my cousin. Justin Clark was a young defender at the Brisbane Lions. Unfortunately, had to retire through concussion to become an astrophysicist, I think. But that's a big out because Richmond have got massive, big forwards. Yeah. Lynch got a hold of Andrews last time. Cumberland got a hold of Gardner. Of course, Jack Grewald's there as well. So you need Harris Andrews to have one for the ages, to perform fantastically well and obviously be well supported. And Dusty comes back. And Graham as well, who's a really important role player for the Tigers. Yeah. You lose a couple of players with suspension in Rayner and Ainsworth as well. They're big outs too, good young players.
Pangy's theory is that hiding you got from Melbourne is going to make you show something this time. Or do you think that's made them vulnerable? I think Richmond win. I really do. Agreed. I think they're the informed side just about in the comp outside of Geelong, who have been on top of the ladder for a long time. Richmond are flying. Yeah, they're flying, absolutely. Look, now, admittedly, both teams really haven't had a strong schedule since the bye. Last 8 weeks, Brisbane have gone 4-1 against outside the 8 teams and gone 1-2 against the top 8 teams. Richmond's, I think they might have a couple more. They might be 2-2 against the top. So strength of schedule hasn't been great. The Lions were 42 points up there at the MCG. They looked fantastic in round 20 against Richmond. Bed. Obviously, the Tigers came over the top of them. So I'm not sure if the Lions fully believe, Doc. I'm not sure they can believe. If you do shit the bed, it's called an Amber Heard. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have you ever shit the bed? No. He paused. No, Brody. Why would we have? Like literally or in a sporting contest? Yeah, like physically. Or have you had a couple of Nate Miles episodes where you've shit the corridor? Instead of the bed. Yourself, Brody? Yeah, I have. I've just accidentally squirted one out. Like, and it's not an intention. Disgusting. It's not an intentional. It is disgusting, isn't it? Yeah, he's brought 11. Yeah, you're 5 minutes out. You're a sin bin for 5 minutes. I'd love to see Dane Zorko really stand up as captain. So it's been a big week for him since the Melbourne dramas last week with Harrison Petty and all that sort of episode. You owe your fans. Your team owes the Gabba a fight, bare minimum a fight. Absolutely. And look, they've performed pretty well in finals there. Now, they've 1-5 the last few years. They've performed pretty well there, except they got blown out by Geelong a couple of years ago, and they got a good record against Richmond the last final there where they played really well. But, it's certainly going to be some challenges there, no doubt about it. JB, how much longer is the Brisbane Lions premiership window open? Because you've been in the mix the last few years, haven't been able to get past a semi and a prelim. You've got an ageing list. Like, yes, there's some good young kids coming through, but Zorko's not getting any younger. Daniel Rich, these sort of guys, Lockie Neal, they're in their late sort of 20s and early 30s. Look, it's no older than Melbourne. Average age or games played when they played Melbourne last week was 122 to Brisbane. Melbourne's played 124. The concern is you probably look at the Lions, got 8 players over 150 games, which show you have got some ageing guys. What I said on the couch last week is I'm just concerned they don't have enough guys in there with a bit of nastiness. 2 of those guys are capable of that are Rayner and Ainsworth, 2 of the younger players. They're out because they showed a bit of nastiness. Absolutely. So that is a concern for me going forward. I just want the big boys to have some presence about Show something. Harris has looked like he's sleepwalking at times. So I love Harris to get back to things.
That's the Brisbane Lions window shutting, unfortunately. That's
the
alarm.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They're cooked, mate, and they're done.
Coming from a Port Adelaide supporter. Yeah, no tries to turn on his coach when things goes wrong. Go wrong instead of his player taking some accountability.
Koshy's the puppet master. What the kind of football club is that?
You know you're in good hands when Koshy's got the reins.
You know you're in good hands when the cash cow makes a lot of sense. Honestly, but anyway, the line's 3.5. Probably surprised me. I thought Richmond might have been at further favourites by a bit more, but that's going to be a big one Thursday. So all the best with that. For me, watching the game, and all the best for the apology to young Jackie Brown when you do front up.
I want old school Chinese food for dinner. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Kang Pao chicken.
Yes.
Hey guys, I want to talk quite seriously about something. Sure. I've never done a job interview, but I'm fascinated with the process, right? And I remember an old wives' tale.
But, so you've never done a job interview?
No, mate. I went from school straight into Hawthorn, straight up to the Gold Coast to get interviewed for that job.
That's what people don't realise.
Finished, got into the media.
Interview for that?
No interview.
My
footy career was my
Was your
interview.
interview?
So you've never done a job? You've never had a job?
Well, I've had a lot of jobs. I've just never had
like
a
a
job
traditional,
interview.
like a traditional job.
A job.
Yeah,
a job.
There'd be heaps of people out there that have never had a job interview.
Have you ever had a job?
I haven't had a job interview.
I don't even have a resume.
Like, did you work at like a fish and chip shop or Subway or?
Do you have a physical resume that you've typed out on a bit of paper?
No, mate, we don't
have resumes in job
Mate,
interviews.
just walk in and just do the square around my face.
What would you?
What's on your resume?
Everything. Every job I've ever had.
What are your skills?
Everything. And great communication skills,
Sure.
great interpersonal skills, great leadership.
Really?
Excel knowledge of Excel?
Oh, huge Excel.
You put
PowerPoint
all that shit
master.
on there, right?
Does
brother, I
your
don't have
football
it
career? Does your football career come up on your CV?
Yeah, that's as hobbies or like extracurricular activities.
yeah.
You go, football captain, but you don't say of the thirds. You just say football captain. They go, oh, well, how's that for leadership? You go,
Many years ago, I was told, look, when you have a job interview, always polish the back of your shoes, right?
Yeah.
Because some bosses, they think that, only the front of the shoes people see, so that's what they do. But if you turn around and leave the job interview and you might have presented brilliantly, and the back of your shoes aren't polished, they go, this guy, it's all for show, and
That's
there's no
absurd.
detail. So
That's absolutely absurd.
No, I agree with that. I did that before the race on Saturday. There's some mud on the back of the shoes. I go, no, I can't have that. 'Cause
Correct.
If you're walking away from someone and you've made a good impression, they do see the heels.
They're checking out your ass.
So I always remembered that. I just always had it in. And then the other day I read something else and it's resonated with me. Yeah. Okay, so the boss of Zero, and this is a job interview type scenario for both of you.
Excellent.
Boss of Zero. He has a process where you come in, you're a little bit nervous, right? He walks you through the office, so you get to see the expanses of where you could potentially be working. He walks you through to the kitchen, where he encourages you to make yourself a coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it may be. You do that, you go back into the interview process. It goes really well. He stands up, thanks you, says we'll get in contact with you down the track for a second interview or whether you've got the job. And then what do? Both of you? Interview's over. What do you do?
Well, in terms of making it.
No. What do you do as soon as...
Got it. I get up, I take my dirty dishes, take them to the kitchen, and say, thanks, guys.
Bang! You got the job, Dino! Yes! That's his number one thing, irrespective of your resume or how well you've done. You finish, you pick up your cup of tea or your coffee, your dirty cup, you take it into the kitchen.
Absolutely.
And it's a clean kitchen.
I'm hired.
Well done.
Yes.
Good job, Dino.
How
Thank
did
you.
you know that?
I don't know, it just felt right, man, because they're just watching your temperament.
Well, it just feels right too.
JB, you
goes
had no
without-
idea what you were going to say.
Well, I didn't know which way you were sort of heading with it, but that just goes without saying.
No, it doesn't.
I would do
Some
that
people don't.
naturally.
No, I don't know. There'd be a lot of people that would leave that cup there for someone else to clean up. A hell of a lot.
No,
In fact,
okay.
I've seen the Nova office.
Oh.
Mate, Brody's desk is diabolically bad.
Oh, my God. All right, hey.
Yeah, mate.
I'm hired.
You're right. Some people
I'm
around
hired.
here need to lift as well. You got the job done. Well, he went for a dough. He was the chief dough boy.
Chief
of
Doughboy
Domino's.
Domino's. Yeah.
Did you know that? How'd
Chief
you get that
Doughboy.
job?
Mate, the amount of dough that came through my fingers, I was keeping Perth fed.
It was like me on Saturday night.
And sometimes,
A different type of dough.
and sometimes me and my friends would make dough penises and put them through the oven without the manager knowing.
Oh, really?
And then he was cutting them. He'd go, "What's this?" And we'd go, "It's a dough penis."
Oh, my God. You belong at Glen Waverley Footy Club.
Certainly do.
remember all the things you would do at your first job that you would get away with?
Horseplay, Brody.
Like, we'd have friends come in, right? And they go, oh, they'd order a bucket of chips, right? I used to work at AMF Bowling. I used to cook all the food, right? And they'd go, oh, can I have a bucket of chips? And you charge them like $2 for like a big bowl of chips, right? And you'd sprinkle a few chips on top, but underneath that, you'd have nuggets, you'd have spring rolls, you'd have candy bars,
Really?
and you just bury it with chips. Or do you remember that, Dino?
Son
Where you
of
go,
a bitch.
you change the price of an item
yeah.
to 0.001 cent.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, oh, can I have the big burger meal? Yeah, great. And then you just change the price to 0.01 cent. Free.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're a child listening to this
You're a
podcast
criminal.
that works in fast food, make sure you're ripping them off. It's part of the gig.
It is. It's a part of your pay.
It's
to steal.
rorting,
Yeah.
it's rorting the hand
Rort
that feeds
them.
you.
Yes, to steal from the company you work
Big
for
business.
is just,
And just to
it's
finish
fundamental.
off, what was the
Oh, my
award you
God.
won?
Oh, I had golden wings on my hat for making the quickest batches of pizza bases.
Really?
Do you know that? He had special wings, like an award.
Yeah, is that pretty cool?
I think it's cool. I like the fact that he had a job at a young age.
Thank you. 14.
Wait, so why weren't you two working
What was your
when you were
first job,
teenagers?
JB? First ever
I was a
job.
greyhound trainer.
He was.
Did you actually have a licence?
Absolutely.
Did ya?
So I used to have to lead the dogs to the boxes.
Yeah.
Winnable Cup winner and a Horsham Cup winner.
At how old?
So you can get your licence when you're 14. Mate, I remember another currency I led to victory. I had to dress up in a tuxedo.
Yes.
The Winnable Cup final. As a 15-year-old, I had braces at that stage. And
Wait, you're walking a dog out with a tux on.
with a
And
tux
braces.
on.
That's nice.
Braces, 15 years old. The dog was paying $13
Yes.
at a box 7.
Yes.
Another currency, straight to the front.
And won.
I'd had $50 on it as a kid. I'd had $50 of pocket money for working.
Yeah.
Well, not pocket money, it was work money. And I don't normally bet like this, but as a 15-year-old, $50.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, huge.
Jesus, it was like putting $500,000. And this thing won. I thought I was the richest bloke in Australia.
So
I
you're-
shouted the tuck shop the next day.
He bought so many rude magazines.
I was the king. No.
So
the
your
tuck
second
shop.
job was the Brisbane Lions.
Absolutely.
Not
was.
sure.
Wow.
Not sure at 14 that you can put a $50 bet.
No, you can. No, you can.
Mate, you could at the Winnable racetrack. They
Yeah,
would accept it.
I went to Caulfield and put 25 each one, Might and Power in the 1997 Caulfield Cup.
Led
Jimmy
all the way.
Cassidy rode it. Yeah.
To gamble, you need to be 18 or over.
Campbell responsibly.
Campbell responsible. I like that.
Hey, another point. When he was a greyhound trainer as a child, when the dog would win, what would they get on the way home, John?
They used to always get a pie, a 4 and 20 pie, washed down with a big M. Chocolate Big M. So if they won, you'd pull over. Quite often they just get the drink and milk, but if they won, especially if you're on the way home from Olympic Park or Sandown back in the day,
greyhounds.
you get the 4 and 20 with the big M in the dish.
That's the most hillbilly shit I've ever.
Isn't it? Mate, it was unbelievable. So, mate, great times, great memories leading the greyhounds out there when you get a win.
One from the archives now. This is something that I remembered seeing as a child and then found it on YouTube. You guys know what theme this is?
Oh, yes. Home improvement.
Correct, John.
Oh,
Correct.
Tim the Tool Man.
And
Tim Allen?
Tim, yeah.
Tim Allen.
Who went away for trafficking coke in his wilder days.
Did he?
Fun tidbit.
Remember Pamela Anderson? Pamela Anderson was one of the, I can't remember
One
what
of the
girls
tool
were called,
models.
One of the tool models on the show on Home Improvement early days.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, his co-host on the show was
Big Al.
Al.
The
Big
guy
Al.
with the fence, right?
And everyone loved Al.
Yeah,
Everyone
but
loved
you
Al.
never saw above his nose.
No, that was Wilson.
That was Wilson. That
He's
was
passed
Wilson.
away too, Varlater Wilson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he passed away.
In 1994, Bruce McAvaney was commentating the AFL Grand Final, and as a cross promotion, Al came on set for the most stunning interaction I've ever heard, brother.
What, he's in the commentary box?
So picture this. It's just Bruce in the commentary box, and the AFL sign behind him has gone wonky. And this happens.
What's going on here? 15 minutes remaining until the final. I hope everything's all right. I think some home improvement is going on back here with the AFL side.
All right.
Now, Al, is that going to be all right for the rest of the match?
Yes, it is. Now, is there anything else you need? Is your chair okay?
Al, I think it's going to be okay.
All right. Should be a great day for a game. Came all the way from America to see it.
Al, we know that it's going to be a ripper.
Well, if there's anything else you need, you just give me a call.
Look, I know you're good, but I want to keep this just in case. All the best.
All the best.
Well, all the best too to the umpires who are out there today.
The AFL flew him out there.
That is astonishing.
How about this bit of banter with Al's laugh?
Should be a great day for a game. Came all the way from America to see it.
Al, we know that it's going to be a ripper.
No, that's a Channel 7 cross
Yeah,
promotion.
that's it, mate. Unbelievable.
Mate, you'd be put off air if you rolled that
Oh,
out there.
imagine-
man.
Imagine this year
Jesus.
during the AFL Grand Final broadcast on Channel 7. Manu and Pete Evans come on
No
to run
way.
My Kitchen Rules. Just swing by the commentary
Mate,
box.
the
He might, be
you
selling,
imagine?
he might be selling one of his lanterns, Pete Evans.
Yeah, he might be.
Mate, the AFL would not allow that now.
That is a
No, no.
disgrace.
No.
That is a
Jimmy,
disgrace.
maybe for an American guest, because at that time he was humongous, right? So imagine these days maybe a huge American guest.
Sort of
you
like the guy from NCIS or something. What just swings by the commentary box for a
reckon?
chat.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree on one thing.
Strange times. Shaq met our Prime Minister the other day.
Yeah, that-
Like, it's strange times.
Yeah, hey, back after this. Welcome back to Brownies podcast. Where are we watching the finals, you bastards?
Well, you can come to my place Thursday night.
I'm in. Chinese food.
But I've got to work Friday night and Saturday night, so I'm going to have to leave you boys. Yep. Brown Dog, you've been engaged.
Mate, I'm in a state.
Yeah.
Yeah, the VFL, right? Victorian Football League.
Jesus.
I've got to fly to Brisbane for Brisbane Carlton, and then I've got to fly to Sydney for Sydney Gold Coast Suns.
Oh, my God. That is possibly the worst game I've ever heard.
Well, you're staying out of Blacktown?
That's where the game is, but I won't be staying there, mate.
No.
Sydney Gold Coast VFL semi-final.
Yeah, well, because now they've merged with the NEFL. They're all in the competition, but we have never travelled, obviously, because we've always just cherry-picked a nice little game here in Victoria, but it's unavoidable. It's
bullshit. I'm doing I'm not doing the VFL. I'll be keeping an eye on it.
Thanks,
Brown
mate.
Dog.
Appreciate the support. I appreciate the...
I wouldn't be caught dead doing the VFL.
No.
I'll be watching if I do find time. You know, I love my VFL. I did Friday lunch. Me and Penny did the Port Melbourne Old Boys Footy Club down at the Borough.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So Port are one of their standalone VFL clubs, aren't they? Out of about the 25 teams in the competition. Billy Swan organised it. It's about three years in the making, this gig that just got organised, cancelled, reorganised.
Father of Dane.
Yes.
Father of Dane, of course.
Legend of the
And
VFL.
it was a big thing. Poor old Billy, he organised this thing so many times because he's on the committee and he would ring in a panic saying, we're going to have to cancel. I said, don't worry, Billy. Whenever COVID, once we open up, get back to normal, we'll be there for you. So we organised it for the weekend off, which was great. So Dane obviously wanted to show the support for the old man who had a bit of pressure on him. Swanee turned up to the Port Melbourne Old Boys. Everyone, obviously, it's a business lunch. Everyone in their best suit and jacket. Swanee turned up in a hoodie and tracky dacks.
He just rolls how he wants.
He's a weapon, is he?
Yeah.
Mate.
Absolute beauty.
So did Pang crush it or what?
Yeah, Pang knocked it out of the park. There was an old boy, 93 years old, Pug.
Where?
It was like
nickname.
their life member, and he's been in the club since 1949. Came out after World War II and started playing. He had all types of roles in the Port Melbourne Footy Club. But I was astonished, 93 and still sharp as.
He could hear? His ears were all right?
Absolutely. And so, Pang used to give me a bit of a clip during the day and having a bit of a laugh. But I was astonished. He was drinking Coke Zero all day. I thought, you've got the 93 Pug. Surely you just drink full-strength Coke, can't you? You're not going to try and lengthen out your years by that stage. But what a day it was. There's some good old players down there.
Yeah.
Just they have that show every year, so plenty of fun.
Broads, were you concerned that we're not going to watch any finals together?
Yes, I thought that we planned. We don't get to celebrate very often, and I would have thought that we'd get together, Brownie would pay, and we would just go to a nice venue and then watch the footy.
Too busy, mate. This is JB and our most busy time of the year.
Yeah, time to shine,
Yeah,
mate.
can't wait for the Sydney Gold Coast VFL semi-final. That's going to be an absolute blockbuster, mate.
Thursday?
Tune in for that one.
You coming to John's on Thursday?
Yeah, I'll come there on Thursday.
Come
on Thursday?
Yeah.
All right.
Pick the kids up on the way home, will you?
What do you guys know about sushi mango?
I love sushi, and I'm a big fan of mango as well. Yeah, if someone
Excellent.
cuts it for me and takes the pick out.
Thank you, Dad. JB, sushi mango.
When did you first learn how to cut the mango?
Mate,
You know, the
kill me.
I know. I get someone else to do that for me.
yeah.
Oh, really? Get the assistant. Sushi mango. I don't know why they're called sushi mango.
I do. One of their kids used to say it was the wrong thing they were describing. Anyway, it's an in-joke with their family.
Absolutely. Yeah, they are sensational. They knocked it out of the park Saturday night at Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah, man. So they do these disgruntled elderly dads, right? Ethnic dads. So they came in to give us all some feedback.
Okay.
Jonathan, you're first.
Hey, Brown, you think you're bloody expert of f***ing anything. You're expert of a shape.
That's kind.
I'm an expert at owning horses at the moment.
You are. It's a little flex. Campbell.
That's a bit unfair. I think my punditry has been pretty accurate throughout the season.
Average.
According to
What?
this guy, you're an expert of shit. So,
Mate, I'm not. I do my best. I'm not caught up in the Brisbane wave. I'm not a cheerleader. I tell it as I see it. Sometimes I'm critical of my club. Sometimes I celebrate my club. So I reckon I'm an
Hey,
honest...
Brown, you think you're bloody expert of f***ing anything. You're expert of a shape.
I'm Jonathan.
I think he might be talking about Campbell.
No, this is Campbell.
Whoa.
Brown, the other brand, the Campbell one. The Campbell like a soup. Your personal hygiene is to smell like a
Campbell, Mr. Campbell, you stink same like my goat's balls.
I don't mind that.
You smell like his goat's balls. Okay. What do goat's balls smell like, dog?
I doubt it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Me. Here we
And
go.
Campbell, I always wondered about Campbell. Where's the P and the B come from?
that's
I know.
Do you reckon?
Still grinds my gears to this day.
Does
Good
anyone
Scottish,
pronounce
good Scottish name, Campbell McGregor.
Does anyone pronounce it If you say it quick enough, can you say both? Campbell? Campbell? Campbell. You can't, can you?
I get pissed off at people that don't put the P in.
Campbell.
No, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to be there.
Say it, Brody.
The right way or Campbell? Campbell.
Campbell. Campbell.
It's ridiculous. It is absolutely. It's just shit.
Mate, I hate my name.
More advice here?
Mr. Dean, your mouth is like a toilet where you do the pot.
Okay. I do have a potty mouth, but that's how speak, you know? Why can't you just swear if you swear?
We had to dump, ironically, that we had to dump the Sushi Mango boys during the interview.
Yeah.
And Joey got a bit excited. First story, he drops the F-bomb about third word. Say, hey, mate, it's not a podcast.
Yeah.
This was commercial TV, commercial radio.
I still resent that our are being bleeped.
I'm not going to swear.
No, I'm better than that.
You've got to be in the moment to swear. It's got to have value.
All right, Brody, here's some advice for you.
Brody, that's a stupid name, but everyone says you tight ass. You tight ass a bastard.
Brody, everyone say you tight ass. Well, you know what? The last time you opened your wallet, Jesus was born.
Brods, your response to being a tight ass.
Well, they've got me down pat there, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Okay.
Did you back Snap Dancer?
I did and lost.
No, it didn't lose.
No, the Snap Dancer won.
In the boat lost.
In the boat.
Mate, you're a tight ass. And Brody, you got a shit name too, they reckon.
Yeah.
So you've been getting stuck into Campbell.
Female's name.
All right, let's have let's.
Brody. There's more boys called Brody than girls called
Agreed.
Brody.
Mate, nah.
Think
No,
about
Brody Buck.
all right,
Brody
are there
Barker.
more? All right, are there more
Bark's young girl.
Campbells? More Campbells in the AFL or Brodies in the AFL? Let's go through them, shall we?
Well, that's...
How do you know the answer to this, by the way?
Because I can name about 5 Brodies on top of my head. I can't name one Campbell.
Okay.
Or Campbell Heath, who used to play
Wayne
for Port Adelaide.
Campbell.
That's his last name. But look, we got Brody Smith.
Tom Campbell.
Again, the last
Name
name.
5 Brodies, go.
Brody Smith,
1,
Brody Grundy,
2,
Brody Mychek,
3.
That's it.
Will Brody.
Back in a second. Welcome back to Brownie's podcast. Cannot wait for the Brizzy Tigers clash. For the love of God, they better show something, Jonathan. If this is another blowout, I'll be furious, and I'm going to break something in your home because that's where we're watching it.
I've had a word to Fags. He's a little bit fired up. He gets passionate, doesn't he?
He
Dog?
does, very.
Yeah, he gets,
Well, the
he's
pressure's on, mate.
Pressure's on. He's a bit shirty at the moment, so hopefully the boys will come out breathing fire like their coach.
Woo!
Time for.
What a world. I'm going to start off with what I saw in the bathroom yesterday at a venue I was at.
Oh, yeah.
A guy in the men's toilets just flossing his teeth.
Really?
Just flossing.
Okay.
People were walking in and out.
Where was it again? What venue?
The bot. Weird looking
Really?
dude just pulled out some floss.
That's weird.
And I thought it was completely unusual.
So you could argue that he's got good hygiene, but the fact that he's doing it at a public toilet
Correct.
would suggest otherwise.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that.
Vulgar.
I'm fine with that.
You happy
Really?
with that?
Yeah, I reckon that's just.
Nah, there's some things you only do at your own house, and that is floss.
What's he do? Is that attention seeking though?
No, I think that's just being thorough and like quite fastidious with your dental hygiene. I
Hey,
actually
good word,
respect that.
fastidious. Good word,
Can't you
brother.
wait until you get home to do that though?
You can, but if you've got an important meeting,
Who gives
or
a
something
if you got some meat in the back of
Important
your teeth,
meeting? Like, what do you mean an important meeting at the bot?
Mm.
At
Yeah.
7 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Yeah, well, mate, if you're on a date and you've just had something and you get something caught in the tooth, absolutely have it there ready to go. Get it out.
Often leafy spinaches get stuck
Yes,
and they can
yep.
be tricky. Maybe
Yeah.
he was just
Tough
getting
steak gets
Tough steak, man.
stuck in there.
He
You've
was
got
on
to
a
get that
date.
out.
He was on a date for sure.
Yeah, and got to get it
I'm
out.
not sure he was on a date. He had a nose ring. Anyway, I'm going to move on. What does that mean? Well, I've got, what a world, a Brazilian woman has married her rag doll that was made for her by her mother and gone on to have a baby with it. Now, Meravone Rocha Morales fell in love with this doll that she named Marcello.
And this doll had a sperm count.
As soon as her mother gave it to her, she immediately felt an attraction. She was 37 and complaining about not having a partner and a dancing partner. The romance blossomed between the two, and they soon married, and a ceremony attended by 250 people. Morones described the wedding day as wonderful, very emotional, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. They went on their honeymoon to the beach house in Rio de Janeiro.
Who picked up the tab?
Now, this is where it gets interesting because she's described her entire life of this making sense, right? And she's always wanted to be married. They never ever fight. He's faithful and understands her. Every woman envies him, right? But there's a downside. The downside is that he doesn't have a job. So she gets stuck with all the bills.
A functioning
She
penis.
claims that he's lazy. Of course he's lazy. He's a rag doll, right? But she's had a baby with this rag doll called it Marcellino in May of this year, and they're living a very healthy life.
They had a baby.
And that's the rag doll right there. So
Show the camera. Jeez, it's life size.
Have a look.
So that to me.
Did she throw him around like a rag doll at night?
Hey,
What a world!
that photo is chilling.
It is, isn't it?
How are you making love to that?
It's the baby part for me.
I don't know, but we can post it up on the Brownies Podcast Instagram. I got a friend request from the Instagram page this week.
From
right?
her?
No, from us. From us.
Yeah, gotcha.
But in spite,
Yeah.
I blocked it.
All right, we'll talk to you after the first final. See you later.
All the best.
Podcast.